My next guest is also a first-time candidate. Football legend Herschel Walker launched a U.S. Senate run in Georgia against Democrat Raphael Warnock, and according to a new Trafalgar Group poll, he is leading the GOP primary field by 70%. He joins me right now. Herschel, it's great to have you. Thanks very much for being with us. I want to talk about your campaign in a moment, but first, give us your reaction to what you just saw, that incident in California this week and the recall vote coming up Tuesday.
Well, you know, that video is very disgusting. And you know, the people of California, if they feel the governor is not doing his job, they have the right to do a recall. And to have this young woman to do something like that and then assault the security guard and nothing be done. And the left do not say anything about it. You know, that shows the intolerance that they have, because if that was reversed and that was a Democrat that was being assaulted like that, you just think what would have happened. And I think something needs to be happening. That's one reason I said we got to have law and order for all people, not just one side of the people. We got to have law and order for all people. Otherwise, we have no country here. There's so many things right now the left is being intolerant of. That's the reason I decided I wanted to run, is because of that.
Well, I mean, look, you know, this video and this incident does not fit with Joe Biden's narrative that we are all systemically racist. Of course, this is a white woman assaulting a black man, so you don't see it on the news, and you don't see it because it doesn't fit in with what Joe Biden has been telling us. Here's an op-ed from James Freeman from the Wall Street Journal. We live in an age of career cancellations over politically incorrect language and perceived microaggressions. And then there's that Larry about whom one is allowed to say almost anything, and even attempt to physically assault without much fear of media condemnation. Herschel, I wonder, do you believe you are going to get a fair shot? I mean, Larry Elder's obviously not getting a fair shot. Will you get one?
Well, and I think that's one of the things that we have to think about. You know, I think one thing that they've done here in Georgia right now, they passed a couple of laws that I think is going to help me to get a fair shot. But at the same time, we're going to have to keep an eye out on everything. I think we got to be vigilant, and the people got to know what's going on. And that's one reason I said I needed to run, because we got to put trust back in our government and our government officials. Right now, the rate of untrust in our government officials is very low. And I know that that's what we have to do. We have to stand for to give people a right to vote, because that's one of the most privileged things you have. And I'm going to fight right now that I'm going to get a fair election, and I think it's going to happen.
You know, President Trump gave you his, quote, complete and total endorsement. I know he's been encouraging you to run for a long time. Last week, he said he gave you complete endorsement, total. What role did he play in convincing you to run? And are you surprised that despite all of these crises in the country right now, from Afghanistan to a wide open border to now these new mandates that we're all having to follow and rules that Joe Biden is putting in place, he's dropping everything and going to campaign for Gavin Newsom, as is Kamala Harris?
Well, you know, I thank so much the president gave me his total endorsement, because I tell you what, I really want to say thank you, President Trump, for your endorsement. And the people of Georgia know that I needed that endorsement, but they also know that Herschel is going to be running this campaign. Herschel is going to get out, and I'm going to fight for the people. And one of the things I want people to know is this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and try to bring some integrity back to the state of Georgia, because I represent the people of the state of Georgia, and they're going to see that I will fight for them. You know, I saw I need to say this, you know, I have a Democratic neighbor who came up to me with a letter that they had gotten that was talking about the senator is running against Trump chosen one, and they wanted to raise money. And it's like they couldn't name the name Herschel, because they know that I'm a uniter, that I want to bring people together. I'm not out here to separate people the way they have been doing. I'm going to fight for the people, and that's why I'm going to encourage people today to go to teamherschel.com and help me fight for you, because that's what we got to do together as people, is to bring people back together.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you mentioned how much support you have. Today is the 40th, this weekend rather, the 40th anniversary of the 1980 National Championship. for the University of Georgia. An important weekend, of course, for Georgians, and we love looking at this video of you at the University of Georgia. You've got a lot of support throughout Georgia. As we look at that, tell us what your priorities are right now. What is the main platform that you're running on, and what do you want to change once you get that seat in the Senate?
Well, you know, first of all, I think the main platform is to bring some integrity, to bring some honesty back to this country, to the state of Georgia, because, you know, I believe in those goals that should be goals that everyone believes in, that everyone should have law and order for all people, not just for certain people, but for all people. I believe in supporting our military, which is what we should do. I believe in border control. You know, we got to have border control. You know, those are things that we should all be believing in, not just a certain group or anyone like that. And I believe in like school choice. I think everyone should have school choice, education for our kids. And those are common things that everyone should be believing in. But it seems like the left doesn't believe in that. They believe in separation. And that's something that I do not believe in. I don't believe in separation. I think the reason this country is the greatest country in the world is they brought so many great minds together and put them together. And you don't have just one, two classes like you have in a lot of other countries, the rich and the poor. In this country, you have people that have the freedom to go out and work and make the American dream come true, and that's what I believe in. It's helping people to get that done.
Yeah. Real quick before you go, Herschel, we've talked with your son a lot, Christian Walker. He is a political commentator. I love following him on Instagram. Will he be part of your campaign? Will he be also campaigning for you, Herschel?
Well, you know, he's always going to be campaigning for me because, you know, Christian, I love him to death. You know, he has his way of saying things, and sometimes we may disagree the way he says it, but I believe in everything that he said, and he just says it a little bit more tougher than I do. But he's a smart young man, and he, you know, he's in college. He's still trying to finish his degree up, which he's finishing early, with a couple of degrees. So he will join in later and help me out because I love the little guy. And I better not say little guy because he ain't going to like me to say that.
You're right. We will take a short break. Herschel, it's great to talk with you this morning. Thanks very much.
Because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that